Trump built this fucking country. Trump lowered your tax. Gas was dollar.
Screwed up. That's why we have the inflation now, because the taxes got, when you lower taxes.
Because of what? The inflation is because of Trump.
The inflation, well, a lot of reasons. Actually, one reason is because we don't have enough illegal aliens, and there's food prices are up because we don't have enough farm workers because the border cracked out. But the other reason for inflation is that when you lower taxes
Who
too much,
opened
it
the
does
border?
raise inflation.
Who opened the border? Who opened the border? When Trump was president, there were maybe What?
That's why we have inflation now, because we don't have enough immigrants. It's the shortage of farm workers that's driving up food prices.
Oh, because of shortage of workers, now we have food crisis.
We've got hosts. Go down to Joe Arpaio's county. Look and see what's
I
happening
asked
to
you
the
a
farms
question.
there.
I answered the question.
You'll hear recording. You'll send your phone.
No, I'm not recording you. No, I don't have to record you. I just want to know. I'm asking you a question, logical. Answer
Are
logically.
you going to let me answer? You're just going to That's what a question means. That you're going to, after you ask, you're going to stop talking and let me answer. Are you sure that you want to say you're asking a question?
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, because that means that once you finish, you have to stop and let me answer. You can't keep talking.
Okay.
Okay.
I ask you a question.
What's the question?
Put yourself or me. I got a ticket and I didn't pay. What they do to you? What the government would do to you?
If you don't pay a ticket?
Yes.
I believe they suspend your driver's
Okay.
license.
Where they found, 2 years ago, they found the laptop that the guy that brought it to the FBI, he gave it to FBI 2 years ago. Why FBI did not show it to people about what is on the laptop?
What people do you mean?
What people? You and me. You're a citizen. You're a taxpayer.
Because it wasn't Joe Biden's laptop. It was first
Was
of
a
all,
Hunter.
and they didn't.
Do you know that Hunter made $83,000 a month from oil company?
That's not against the law.
That's not against the law. What Hunter Biden know about energy?
I have no idea what Hunter.
You have
knows
no
about
idea.
Energy. But
Why?
But Trump made a lot more money than $8,000 doing.
Trump is a businessman.
It's against the law.
Trump didn't do any. Trump didn't take a fucking salary for 4 years.
Actually, he took way more than a salary because he built the Secret Service for staying in his home, in his hotels to protect him there. The amount the government paid to the Trump and his companies just for the hotel rooms of the Secret Service alone is more than any other president in history has been paid.
What the hell are you talking
Trump made
about?
the most money being president of anybody ever. He just didn't take it in the form of salary. He took it in all sorts of other ways.
What?
Trump was the Secret Service who were taking Trump at Mar-a-Lago. They had to pay the full price for the rooms, not the price that normal. They had to pay. The government had to pay Mar-a-Lago for letting the Secret Service stay there to protect Trump. It cost. Trump made way more money Trump charged the government for Secret Service to ride on his airplanes. Everybody else would either rent a plane or use government planes. Even during the campaign, Trump was making a profit off of it. Nobody in history has got as much money being president as him. He just didn't do it in the form of salary. But he made a fortune charging the government, charging the taxpayers to let the Secret Service protect him.
Who protected what? What the heck you talking about?
Donald Trump has made more money in history than any other president by having the government pay for his hotels, his airplanes, everything else, ostensibly for security reasons.
You know what he's saying.
No, I'm not. I don't understand.
He doesn't need the salary. The salary is only like $400,000 a year. He's been making millions off the.
But Trump is a businessman. He didn't do money when he was a president.
What?
Trump did not draw a penny salary from a government
He
that he
didn't
deserved.
draw it in salary. He drew far more than the salary.
Oh, really?
He got millions of dollars. It just wasn't called salary. So what? That he didn't draw the salary. He drew the money. He just didn't call it a salary.
Okay, but let's say
He
Trump.
probably didn't pay the taxes he would have had to pay if he did admit it was a salary.
Let's just say, for the sake of discussion,
I can hear you.
that what Steve says is true. Okay, that Trump took it. I mean, you're taking that in, aren't you? He took it in a different way.
Okay.
He took
Forget
it in a
about
different
Trump.
way, but nonetheless, the money was acquired.
Trump is not president now. Trump was thrown out of the presidency
I don't-
by fraud.
But I don't think. But you're talking about everything or one thing at a time. I guess what he's saying one thing, and now you're jumping over to the whole presidency. I mean, that's you got to do one thing at a time. At least give him the possibility that there may be something to what he said.
I am.
You're
I'm
not
asking.
just
I'm asking him a
discounting everything
question.
he said. That's all I'm saying. The reason why he's so frustrated is
It's because he's lying. Sorry, go ahead.
What I'm lying about?
You're lying about saying that Biden broke a law that Trump obeyed.
Biden is a crook.
What did he do that Trump didn't do also?
What did he do?
What did Joe Biden, not someone personally, do that Donald Trump didn't also
Okay.
do?
Okay. You ask a question.
Yes, the question
I
is
answered you.
one thing
I
that was
answered.
done by Joe Biden, not someone else, and that Donald Trump did not also
All right.
do.
I answered you now,
Okay.
and I ask you a few questions. What was gas when Trump get off
That
of the
is
office?
not a crime. The question
Hello?
you said you were going to say something that supports him being a crook. That means something that's against the law. Not something that you think should be against the law. Not something that's bad or that you think is wrong. Something that that he did that was against the law. You are
Okay.
accusing him of doing of obeying the law while Trump was breaking it. That gas being high is not make him a crook. What law did he break?
I tell you
that
what.
Trump did not also
I tell you
break?
what law is break. President of this country opened the border.
That is not a crime.
That's
Again,
not
that
a
is
crime.
That is actually the job of the president. It's supposed to be to allow in sufficient immigration. Trump was putting every American life in danger by keeping out the immigrants we needed to survive.
Oh, really? We need to survive because of immigration?
We
We live.
Go look what happened to Joe Piers County. You cannot produce enough food in this country without using only legal workers. 400 years we've been depending on either immigrants or slaves. We've never managed to feed the country using only citizens to do our farm
United
work.
States of America exists how many years?
I'm telling you, before we became independent, we've had before and after.
Hold
I'm
on
not
a
just
sec.
talking about as an
You
independent
wanna
country.
say-
Never even before the
You
United
wanna-
States
you
was the
wanna
United
tell
States,
me-
we always depended on either foreigners or slaves or didn't have enough food. We've never had enough food using only our citizens to do our farm work. Not as British colonies, not as an independent nation.
No, I didn't know that.
From-
United States is the strongest country in the world.
because of our immigrants.
Oh, really?
Yes. From 1609 through 1619, we had food shortages. 1619 through 1860s, we had slaves. From then on, from the end of slavery and up to the present, the only time really that we were dependent, that we didn't have foreigners doing at least some of our farm work was the Depression when we didn't have enough food. We've never had enough
We
food.
never had enough food.
Not without using either immigrants or slaves. We've never had citizens producing a sufficient amount of food for the entire country. We've always either had food shortages, had slaves, or had immigrants.
But we have $100 billion to give to Ukraine to cover up the crime of
We have a hunt to
Biden.
give money to Ukraine because your president's friend, Vladimir Putin.
What Putin did to this country.
Putin invaded Ukraine. That's why we have to give Ukraine money, because Putin
You know why
invaded them.
Putin invaded Ukraine? Putin didn't want to invade Ukraine.
Okay, this I want to hear.
You don't know?
I'm sure you're going to make. I'm sure. I want to hear what you're going to make up.
Why
It's gonna be
a
creative lie.
country invade another country?
Because
Why? Why Ukraine invaded Russia?
You tell
Or
me.
Russia invaded
yeah,
Ukraine?
try to get at least that part right.
Why?
You tell me.
You tell me? Because of the corruption that's going on. Because they threaten Russian to make Ukraine part of NATO, a corrupt organization.
Actually, he didn't. What it was they refused to promise not to ever do it.
No? What was the reason? What do you think?
They did not say they were going to threaten to make Ukraine part of NATO. They refused to promise they would never in the future do it. Putin wanted them to guarantee that it would never happen.
Okay,
Until
so it
that
would
point.
never happen. Why should we threaten Russia? Russia is not United States enemy. China is enemy.
No,
Biden is enemy.
Russia is an enemy of the United States, which is what you
Barack
and Trump
Hussein
don't
Obama
understand.
is an enemy.
What?
Yeah, what you heard. The enemy of United States of America is Barack Hussein Obama, not Russia, not Putin. Do you get it?
You sure you're not recording this?
No.